The rock that crumbled. Simon was a man of the sea, with hands as rough as the ropes he pulled, and a temper that flared like a sudden storm on the Galilee. He was always the first to jump into a fight, and the last to think things through. He lived his life at full volume, convinced that his strength and his loud voice were all he needed to navigate the world. One morning, a man named Yeshua stood on the shore. He didn't look like a king, but when he spoke, the world seemed to go quiet. "Follow me," he said. Without a single question about where they were going or what they would eat, Simon dropped his nets. He was impulsive to a fault, throwing away his entire life for a feeling he couldn't yet name. As they traveled, Simon began to see things no one else saw. He was the first to shout out the truth. "You are the one we've been waiting for." But when Yeshua explained that his path would lead to suffering and death, Simon's pride flared. He pulled Yeshua aside and tried to correct him. Simon wanted a hero who would conquer, not a friend who would bleed. On top of a high mountain, the world turned white. Simon saw Yeshua transformed, glowing with a light that hurt his eyes. Terrified and confused, Simon didn't know what to do, so he started talking. "Let's build 3 houses right here," he blurted out. He was trying to catch lightning in a bottle, missing the wonder of the moment because he was too busy trying to manage it. At their last dinner together, the air felt heavy. Yeshua warned that a time was coming when everyone would run away and hide. Simon stood up so quickly, his chair nearly toppled. "Maybe these others will fail you," he boasted, his chest puffed out. "But I will never leave you. I would die first." He truly believed his own words, unaware of the cracks already forming in his heart. Later that night, in a dark garden filled with twisted trees, Yeshua asked Simon for one simple thing: "Stay awake and pray with me." But the day's bravado had drained away. Simon's eyes grew heavy, and his promises dissolved into the rhythm of his own breathing. While his friend faced his darkest hour, Simon fell into a deep, selfish sleep. When the soldiers arrived with torches and spears, Simon woke with a start. Driven by panic and his old habit of violence, he drew a short sword and swung it wildly. He sliced the ear of a man named Malchus. Simon thought he was being brave, but he was just being reckless, trying to solve a spiritual battle with a piece of sharpened iron. The soldiers took Yeshua away. Simon followed from a distance, hiding in the shadows of a cold courtyard. A young girl named Talitha pointed at him. "You were with him," she said. Simon felt a coldness in his chest that the fire couldn't warm. "I don't know the man," he snapped. Twice more he was asked, and twice more he lied to save his own skin. Suddenly, a rooster's cry pierced the morning air. The sound hit Simon like a physical blow. He remembered Yeshua's warning and his own empty boasts. The rock had crumbled into dust. He stumbled out of the courtyard and into the gray light of dawn, his face buried in his hands as he wept with a grief that felt like it would never end. But failure was not the end of Simon's story. After the tomb was found empty, a message was sent specifically for him. "Go tell the disciples," and Peter. When he saw Yeshua again, there were no lectures or rebukes. There was only a question about love and a new mission. Simon finally understood that he didn't need to be perfect. He just needed to be honest.